This is an F1 Show podcast. I'm the host of the most, Wayne, and this is the man in the pits with the tits. And what's he got there? What's he chewing on? Dinner. What was it? What was in that?
Pasta.
Having
red wine. Classy, me, you know.
I haven't got any red wine with me at the moment. Okay, so let's just crack on. We've got lots to get through tonight because we're running late this week, as everybody will know, and this has got to be done. It's got to be done. Good race, bad race for Mexico. So let's go to good race, bad race.
Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on, move.
Hey. Okay. Have you got have you got them up there?
Just give me a minute.
I can
just sat down, mate.
I can do it if you want, mate. I can do it. I'll do it. Here we go. Mexico results. Mexico GP results.
I've got them here. Look. There we go.
Go on then. Let's go.
Wow, we all know who had a really bad race. Didn't even get around the end of lap one.
Well, we can talk about that Yes, well, we can talk about him right now because he's right at the bottom of the grid.
He is.
Grid?
He did a really bad race.
What do you think happened there? I think he just got excited. He saw the lead of his home race and he just went for it, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was a do or die situation. I don't know if that's going to cost him his seat. Do you think?
I think so. The fallout of it, I don't think it's going to cost him his seat. From what's been said, there's all crazy rumours, and this was going to be part of pit talk later. But about Fernando Alonso and all that kind of. Have you seen any of that?
No, go on. You tell me about Fernando Alonso. Is it a pit talk subject or is it?
It is.
But we'll return to it. Pit talk.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on.
Okay. I don't. Let's just say I think his seat is safe for reasons we will go into later in the show.
Okay, but do you think? Maybe they'll hold on for another 2 minutes.
He was going balls to the wall, for want of a better term. He saw a gap. He had a good car. He had good confidence over the weekend, and he was going for it.
Yeah,
and I think that's why he stood with his head high in the interviews. You can see that he's I saw a gap. I went for it. I'm glad I was there to be able to do it, but it just didn't come off.
It was almost identical to the Hamilton situation. Was it the previous week?
Yeah, in Saudi, I think it was.
Yeah, it's almost identical.
Talked about it in the cool down room.
Yeah, the cool down rooms, they don't stick in that cool down room long enough. Because sometimes when you're watching that cool down room, it's the first time they've seen anything going on in the race.
Yeah.
And
they want to miss a trick there.
They're massively missing a trick.
They should release that all. Yeah. And release the cool down room.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll catch on, but yeah, hashtag that.
Hashtag cool down room.
K-Mag, something broke.
Yeah.
Something broke, so it's not his fault this time.
It was his back left suspension. As he's going round the corner, you can see it just collapse and then he disappears in.
Made for a more exciting race because Mexico does get a little bit processional, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that
I do generally think overall that the races are more exciting than they were 2 or 3 years ago, before the regulation changes. The ground effect cars are definitely more interesting than the non-ground force effect.
Yeah, I do think so too. It's kind of masked by the fact that Verstappen's just won everything. But taking him out of the equation, everybody else is just really close.
It's all in the mix, everybody's up there in the mix.
Well, it's like 1 week someone's up there, then the next week they're down, then the next week they're up, then the next week they're down, and you don't know.
What you want. you want the cat amongst the pigeons. You know, if you take Verstappen out of the situation, the whole thing's quite interesting. The lineups, the pole position, the finishes. Everybody's in there amongst it.
Yeah.
And then Alonso was he was technically next in the finishing line. He went 47 laps and then had they retired the car. But then Stroll was 17th, so they were both crappy. And
what has happened to them? Eh? What has happened to them? It just seems odd that they're
the updates
right
weren't worthwhile. And again, we'll talk about this in pit talk as well.
Yeah,
but we'll go into that in a bit more detail. Logan, in fact, Lance didn't finish. Lance retired on 66, so it was both cars that were retired.
Yeah.
So that's reliability. It's they brought a bunch of upgrades, and for whatever reason, they've not worked and they've caused problems.
Is that for Logan or Lance?
For Aston Martin. Then Logan, when he had a fuel pump issue, allegedly. There's chatter that he ran out of fuel, which is a strategy issue.
Yeah, that's about him and how he's driving, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and his strategist.
Lift and coast.
Not telling him to lift and coast. Not he doesn't have a fuel gauge. They do, so they can judge how much fuel he's got left and what he should be doing.
That's a funny one. They don't have a fuel gauge.
Well, I'm pretty sure they don't. I've not seen one on the dashboard. Have you?
Well, no. We're sure that with that dashboard chat, you can push a button to check, can you? Another menu.
Why give the driver another job when there's somebody on the pit wall that's got the same information and can be doing it for him?
No, I'm just saying that could be an option. I'm surprised that isn't an option. As in what happens if the radio breaks, which sometimes does happen, and you can't communicate with your driver.
They can send a text message.
Yeah, they can send an email or something, can't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bottas, again, the Alfa Romeos were kind of up there at the start, and then they end up at the back.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it. Just and I'd love to tell you what they did in the race, but once again,
there was some fights going on, but they ended up at the back.
Yeah.
That's all that happened. You
never see them. You never see much of them in the race. Hulkenberg, I never saw him at all in the race. Did you?
Nah, not really.
Sonoda, a little bit disappointed. He'll be disappointed, won't he?
He will, especially when Danny put in a blinder.
Yeah, that was out of the blue. I think a little bit out of the blue. Gasly.
And when overall, when you look at the teammates and the cars, we know Aston, their car is a bomb for whatever reason, but the teammates are together, DNF'd. The Haas cars are generally together. The Alfa Romeos are generally together, but and up until now, the Alfa Tauris were generally together-ish. But then Danny's putting it in P7 to finish and P4 to start. That's pretty good going, Danny. Yuki's got to be getting asked some questions for that, I think.
Apparently the car is more his driving style. Front late braking, a little bit loose at the back.
Why are they?
As one of my exes.
Why are they not designing it for the drivers they've got, or why are they not hiring better drivers?
That is the synopsis from the pundits online. Not us, obviously. We're not pundits, but there's pundits online say that this really suits his driving style. And he's managing to get the setup just right for his driving style. But
compared to what? Compared to the McLaren, maybe?
Yeah. But I don't know why you couldn't change the McLaren to make it more for his driving style. I don't know. I find that as well.
That's the same excuse that they're giving for Perez and Verstappen. The same car.
But that doesn't work, does it? Because last year Perez was right up there with him. Okay, so we've done those. Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Gasly.
The two Alpines together.
Kind of doing all right.
Yeah,
doing
and
all
then
right,
you've got Albon. Alex Albon, you feel sorry that he's not got a better car under him.
Yeah, you feel sorry. He's already had his shot in a Red Bull, hasn't he?
Too early though. I mean, he's matured a lot. He's become a lot. Every driver matures. You can't be putting them. There's very few people that you can put straight into that sort of quality car, and they're going to stay there and they're going to cut the mustard and handle the pressure.
No, I know. It's just a shame, isn't it? But as we saw with old Danny Rick, you might get another little bite of the old Red Bull again, won't you? So,
might do, yeah.
So Oscar Piastri,
he did all right. He could have done.
He did all right. Danny Rick had his number, didn't he?
Yeah.
There was quite a few times when Piastri was chasing Danny Rick, but Danny seemed to know.
Experience, though, isn't it?
He showed his experience, his racing experience in this race. Let's talk about him. Danny Ricciardo, never doubted him. I've never doubted the man's ability.
You better watch out for that ball of light.
Over the other 61 podcasts, I dare you, all 77 of you, to find me doubting Danny Rick. He showed his racecraft, he showed everything, and he was up there with him. He really was.
He made the car wide when it needed to be.
Yeah. Didn't make it dangerous for anybody. Fair racing. Yeah, he was holding people back, and so he could have got past that George Russell at the end. One more lap, I reckon.
Yeah, it was only
past a Mercedes
behind. Yeah,
past a Mercedes. I did kind of call it earlier on in the race, didn't I? When I was texting you, he could do that, and right near the end, he did. Yeah. Lando Norris, from when?
Definitely. What went wrong at the start and the restart? If they sort that problem out, if he didn't have those problems at the restart, he'd have had Carlos.
Yeah, he had a cracking race, didn't he?
Yeah. Once he got moving, the transition from stopped to going was a bit of an issue. Once he got going, his
tyres started rolling around. He had a great race.
Yeah.
And Sainz,
making up those places, cutting through, that was great. It was good to watch as well.
Yeah. And the Ferraris didn't do too badly, considering.
They didn't throw any obstacles in front of themselves.
Did they get the strategy right?
I think so, and I think
sometimes with Ferrari, when they've got the strategy right, it's pure luck. It's like, luckily, they got the strategy right. It's like, if it's luck, then it's not strategy, is it? I don't know.
Leclerc drove with that damaged wing up until Magnussen's red flag, right? And it didn't really impede his race. Any manageable way, any noticeable way. And he still finished 4 seconds in front of Carlos. And, and there's been times when we've been questioning why is Leclerc the number one driver for Ferrari? And that's why, really.
Yeah, and he got some boos at the end, and I thought that was very unfair. It was not his fault.
That sporting behaviour, that's bad. That was bad.
It's just very Mexico, isn't it?
And you know that there was fights in the audience as well, in the crowd.
Oh, you're
between
joking.
Ferrari and Red Bull fans, yeah. That was unpleasant.
Do you know, I never ceases to amaze me how stupid people are over sport.
But then is that the new money because of the rise in popularity? People don't realise how you can't be a fan of one driver or one team. It's about the sport. You can be passionate about a driver, but what happens when he moves team? And you can't be so anti another team because your driver might go to that team, and it's not
there's
as
a
black and
certain
white
kind
as
of
football.
certain people, like you just mentioned football, certain people who enjoy sport, there is a certain mentality that people just get obsessed. Like with football. Yeah, tribal. Yeah. My colour shirt should be winning, your colour shirt shouldn't. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. Get a grip.
I think the new fans, they don't really appreciate that you can't be tribal within Formula One because there's so much cross-pollination, there's so much transferring over, between Red Bull. I mean, look at Carlos Sainz, right? He started off as a Red Bull driver, then he drove for McLaren, became best friends with Lando, and now he's driving for Ferrari. So what does that mean then? If you met him, if you became a Carlos fan in his in his McLaren days. Do you then hate McLaren now that he's gone to Ferrari? Or do you stay
know
a
that's my
McLaren fan
doorbell.
and then hate Ferrari because he stole Carlos Sainz? It doesn't work like that in Formula One. You've got to just appreciate everybody and have your preferences and watch people.
I'm really sorry. Can you just keep talking? My doorbell's gone. Hold on 1 second. Let's keep talking. Keep talking.
What am I going to talk about?
You just keep talking. I've got to
Is
go
that
to the door.
Deliveroo? All right. Well, here we are, filling in time. What we can do, while Wayne's off doing that, is talk about the track for the upcoming Brazil Grand Prix. And we can do that without him, and that will save us doing it later when he's back from getting his Uber Eats or his Deliveroo. So this week's Grand Prix is the Formula One Rolex Grande Premiero de San Paulo 2023. It's going to be held at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. The track is 4.309 kilometers long. Race distance will be 305.879 kilometers, and that will be done over 71 laps. First Grand Prix was in 1973. We have 2 DRS zones, 15 corners, and the fastest lap in a race was 1 minute 10.540, done by Valtteri Bottas, which is about the
Valtteri
to answer his door. All right, is your pizza here now?
It's not my pizza, it's my brother.
Oh, okay.
There.
Is he working for Deliveroo now?
He's working for Deliveroo. No, he's not.
Deliveroo.
So have we done that? Have we done good race, bad race?
No, we've just done the racetrack intro, so we don't need to do that when it comes to predictions.
Why have you done that? You're breaking the order of things. You're breaking it. Okay, so you've done so Max Verstappen won it, right? We know that.
You're the one whose doorbell went, mate.
Yeah. So Max Verstappen, he's the winner, right? And Lewis Hamilton, he did all right. He did all right, didn't he?
Do you think you'd have got
him? I thought he was on the wrong tyre. Was he on the hard at the end? And Verstappen was on the medium, wasn't he?
I don't know, but it was. I remember there been some discussion about the tyres. Oh, it's Ferrari. That was a strategy issue for Ferrari. They were waiting for the hards to come in with the mediums when they didn't.
I think Verstappen went onto the mediums.
Yeah.
And I think Lewis was on the hard, and I just, or was it the other way round? I don't know. We're not the lowest quality podcast for nothing, are we? So
yeah, they should put that on the
thumbnails with Naomi Schiff
on the results.
Oh,
they should
sorry.
put what tyre strategy they did.
Look, guys, if anybody out there, you've got a problem with the thumbnail, you clicked on it. Okay, it's your problem. There.
You're really not encouraging people to put comments up.
Well, I wanted to put comments, but don't just comment on the thumbnail.
You put comments up that you approve of.
If the comment was like, "What's this thumbnail for?" and it's like for you to click on. It's a woman in a bikini.
Do they not know how the internet works?
I know. If you don't want to watch it, don't. Oh God, they're almost annoyed that they've been hoodwinked into clicking on it, even though they're the ones that clicked on it. It's just like, anyway, that's been good race, bad race. So let's go to Pit Talk.
Pit Talk.
Pit Talk. Hey, Pit Talk on. Let's have some Pit Talk.
So,
you pour yourself some wine there. Look at that.
Myself some wine, mate. Nobody else is going to do it, are they?
No.
So, a lot of chat in the one big story that hit the headlines soon after the Mexican Grand Prix, and there's quite a lot to unpack from it. Different layers to it. So, the story, the headline was that. And the way it came about was quite cheesy as well. It came about because quite a well-known Formula One journalist said, "I can't believe the rumours I've just heard. I can't tell you just now," or something along those lines, right? So he was baiting the crowd, right?
Who was that? Fine. Who was that? Ted?
No. It was an Italian journalist. I'd never heard of his name before, but he writes for one of the big Italian motorsports magazines, and he's got a lot of followers on Twitter and stuff like this. So it got a lot of traction on social media, right?
Okay. And
then this story breaks, and there was implication that it's what he was talking about, but in hindsight, it's probably not.
Right.
The story was that Fernando Alonso was going to there was an announcement imminent that was either Fernando Alonso's retirement or his move to Red Bull. Right?
Wow.
And then on the back of that, there was a story that because of that story, Sergio Perez was going to be announcing his retirement, and that was the big story that would facilitate Alonso's move to Red Bull and all this kind of stuff, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of.
It does sound like a heck of a lot of bullshit.
Right. So Fernando Alonso has come out and said exactly that, right?
Right.
And he said he knows that it didn't come from any of the long-serving Formula One journalists.
Yeah. And they wouldn't be that irresponsible, would they?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And he says that he assumes that it's just the cost of the increased popularity in Formula One now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, implying that journalists that don't know what they're talking about are covering the events. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was one thing about it. Papa Perez came out and said that there was no way that Checo was, outside of Red Bull, outside of everybody, and said that absolutely no way Checo was retiring next year, that he's got a contract. Helmut Marko and
Helmut Marko at Mexico.
Helmut Marko and Christian Horner both came out and defended Sergio Perez and said that he has a contract till 2024. He has the seat in the car next year. The discussions have not changed. The plans haven't changed. It's the whole, we've got the board has the manager has the backing of the board kind of thing, right? And a bit of a smell.
So he didn't say anything about tequila or sombreros or anything like that.
Or tacos or
anything mildly offensive about his ethnicity. Didn't open his mouth about that, right?
No.
Okay.
But it was all very quick to defend them and stuff. So
right.
It just backs up how cheap that story was. And Fernando Alonso did, in the same interview, talk about how he wasn't happy with the way that the car had been developed and the upgrades that had come along. The car was really good at the start of the season, and it's a fair comment, right?
Right.
But they extrapolated that unhappiness with I'm going to jump ship.
A whole shuffling of every Formula One driver on the grid.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and you. I mean, I've never seen that in Formula One before. I can imagine it in other sports where someone just makes something up, blatantly makes something up.
And clickbait, that's the thing again about the fans. Is it the new fans? Is it the new press? Is it the sort of the nouveau Formula One fans that are not understanding the bigger picture, and it's just
treating it like it's some kind of football rumours.
Don't make it cheap. Formula One is not a tabloid sport. Do you know what I mean? It's never been that cheap. It's a gentleman's sport. It's not as sensational as that. Do you know what I mean? It's more measured, shall we say, than that. It's not. I
would argue a little bit too measured.
Yes, but you can see the point I'm making. People now that are wanting that fast hit, the fast moving transfers and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I've said this to you before. You scroll on YouTube and some of the clickbaity kind of thumbnails that come up, like I mentioned before, that one about Michael Schumacher Senior. And just stuff like that, they don't care as long as they get a click. They just don't care. So with that story you just said about Alonso, And previously, when it's gone on about Michael Schumacher in a coma for crying out loud, it's like these people just don't care. They just want you to click on it.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it for Pit Talk.
Is that it for Pit Talk already? We're having a quick one this week, aren't we? Because it's late in the week. And it's very late, actually.
And we've got promises.
And we've literally, the qualifying's done already, so... So we're having to pretend that we haven't... I didn't see all the qualifying.
I can't listen to some of it in the car.
So, yeah, we can't make it affect our decisions or predictions, can we? But it will.
It don't matter anyway. I mean, we both know who's going to... Anyway, let's get to that in a minute.
Okay. Let's do predictions.
I'm ready to riot it.
Hey! Right, okay, share screen.
I've done my track intro.
What? You've done what?
I've done my track intro. I've introduced the track to everyone already.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Well, you were off getting your delivery or... Tinder don't do deliveries, do they?
What? What are you going on about? Who? Tinder? Tinder don't do deliveries.
Yeah. No.
I think you'll find that Tinder's a dating app. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh, tell us about it, Wayne.
It's either that or you going on about Grindr. Okay, so here we go. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Does Grindr do deliveries?
That'd be weird. Can you see the screen, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let me move this out of the way, which probably won't move now. See, why? Let's go, just disappear. Right, okay. Let's get the pen. Let's do add up. And you've got the last results ready, sir? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just opened them again.
Okay. I can't move this off the screen. Why is nothing ever more? What am I doing? Do I do that? See, every time I get the pen. Okay, is there a pen there? Okay, here we go. So who got pole position? It was Verstappen, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Verstappen. Who was pole position?
Pole position was Charles Leclerc.
And nothing for you. Fastest lap?
Fastest lap was Lewis Hamilton.
Nothing there for you. What was the fastest lap time?
Fastest lap time was 1 minute 21.334.
Oh, that's nothing for you then. I get that point. Just put a little tick there, put a little point there. Look at that. Okay, so who won? Verstappen. So you get 2 for Verstappen. You get 1 for Russell. You get nada for Perez.
No.
I confidently predicted Perez having a bad race, but geez. Right, nothing. Piastri, where did he come?
Piastri was 8th.
You get 1 for him. Sainz, where did he come?
4th.
Oh, you get 1 for him. You get 1 for Hamilton. You get. Oh, look at this! Oh, I just spotted that. Where did Norris come?
Norris was 5th.
Oh, only 1 for him. Leclerc, only 1 for him. Alonso,
3rd.
nada.
Yeah, DNF.
And nothing for Albon.
Albon was 9th.
Oh, you lucky git. Right, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get 10 points. So you won 184. Okay. Right, I get 2 for Verstappen. I get 2 for the GOAT. And there's a point there. Who was fastest lap again? No, didn't get
Hamilton was fastest lap.
Yeah, and pole was Max. Not Max, it was Leclerc. Where did Norris come?
Who?
Norris.
Lando was 5th.
I get 1 for Norris. I get 1 for Piastri for 4th. 1 for Sainz for 5th. Russell, where'd he come?
6th.
Oh, let's have it.
Ooh.
Oh, I get 1 for Leclerc. Nothing for Perez. Nothing for Gasly. No? Nothing for Gasly?
No, Gasly was 11th.
Ugh, and nothing for Alonso. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is really. It's like I get one more than you.
Mate. You're creeping closer.
I get one more than you. Oh, 1, 7. I get one more than you. Like I gain 1 point.
Well,
After all that.
It's 7 points, mate. That's all it is. 7 points.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit better, isn't it? It's getting better, right? So you're 184 and 177. Okay, let's stop sharing while I do the messy business.
Okay.
Okay, I've got to get rid
Take a
of this.
screenshot of that and share it.
Why? Why? That's what we were doing. This is.
Oh yeah. No, we want predictions, don't we? No.
Yeah.
How does this work?
You're just not with it tonight. Okay.
Oh, mate.
Brazil, and you've done your.
Meeting myself coming back. All right, so it is a sprint shootout weekend, and tomorrow we have a sprint shootout.
Who cares about the sprint
Okay.
shoot?
That answers that then.
What did you want a little point?
No, that's fine.
Okay, we've already done our predictions, people, for pole position because we are late and the qualifying's happened already. We haven't seen, we supposedly haven't seen some of the qualifying, but we know.
No, we submitted that and it's time stamped for the adjudicators. We time stamped to our pole position.
We're well within track limits. So, who's going to get the fastest lap, sir?
Fastest lap, I think, will be George Russell. I think.
Oh, right, okay. Russell, okay. What's the lap times again?
The lap record was 1 minute 10.540.
I'm at 10.540.
I reckon. Are you going first or am I going first?
You're going first because you're.
As always.
Yeah. What's your score? Sorry, 184. 4. What's my score?
I reckon the lap time will be fastest lap will be 9.7.
109.7. Just 0.7.
3.2.
Okay. 109.732. And who's going to win this race, sir?
Verstappen.
Okay. And who's going to come second?
Russell. No, in fact.
Are you trying to pretend that your screen's frozen?
No, I'm thinking.
No, you're thinking. Your thinking face is exactly the same as an internet meltdown face.
I shall keep moving then.
Yeah, just keep moving.
I reckon. Yeah, Russell second.
Oh, for crying out loud! All of that. Okay.
Leclerc third. Are you going to share the screen?
Oh no, I've not been sharing the screen all that time. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you tell me that?
I just did.
Oh, this is becoming a
I
shambles.
don't look at the screen half the time when you're chatting away.
This is becoming a shambles. Sorry, people. Let's just get back onto this.
Yeah, if you were expecting a high quality
podcast, there's lots of them available.
Else.
Okay, so you've got Verstappen to win. Russell second. Go
on. Let's do Perez third, Sainz fourth, Hamilton fifth.
Whoa, Sainz.
Fourth, Hamilton fifth. Perez. No, I've got Perez. Do you know what? I think let's put Alonso in there.
Yeah, okay, I see what's happened.
Norris, Leclerc, Piastri.
It's Norris. Norris.
Yeah, Leclerc, and then Piastri.
And who's going to be in 10th?
Alex Albon.
Alex Albon, Catman himself, Catmandu. Okay. So you've got Verstappen to win, Russell second, Perez third, Sainz fourth, Hamilton fifth, Alonso sixth, Norris seventh, Leclerc eighth, Piastri ninth, and Albon 10th. Who are you missing out of that? Stroll. You're not backing old Stroll. Okay.
You funny guy.
Okay, right. So I'm going to have Verstappen to win. I'm going to have the GOAT second again because I do think he wants that second place in the championship. And I think he's going to get it. I genuinely do. No, don't talk me out of it. Okay. Well, we own with this one, aren't I?
Sorry,
right, okay.
my mind drifted there. What were you talking about?
Forget it. Just shut up. Right, okay. Science third.
Oh.
Science third. Let's get a Norris up there now. Let's get a Norris fourth. I don't know if Piastri's going to have a good race today. Okay. I'll put Perez there because, for the love of God, finish something. Do something right for your career. Perez fifth.
Can we just acknowledge that Perez is second in the championship?
He doesn't. Right. We can acknowledge what you like, young man.
History will show that he's second in the championship at this point.
Yes, I'm sure. Right, okay. History will show that, will they? First of the losers, that's what I say. Okay, Russell sixth. I'm going to say Piastri seventh. Now, these Ferraris do tend to be a little bit reliable, so eighth. Going to cover you off.
Going to cover you off. Barbecues this year, has it?
No, they have been very reliable this year. I'm going to cover you off with your Leclerc prediction there. This is my new tactic now. Match some of your predictions so I get at least a point. Okay. Now it's these last two. So Alonso, yeah. I'm going to go Alonso, but he's not going to be up there. The car's still not back to what it was. And
here's your wild card.
Here's my wild card, Danny Rick. I'm going to stick.
Oh, I forgot all about Danny.
And we haven't even got a picture of him because he started this. Oh, I don't. Oh, look. Rick there. Rick. Danny Rick there. Oh, I haven't done my laps. Look at that. I haven't done my laps. Hold on. Let's take that off.
Have you done this before?
Only 61 times. Okay.
Have you listened to the show before?
No. Why would I do that? Listening to it once while it's live is bad enough. Right. Okay. We've got 3 minutes. Okay. Fastest lap. I'm going to go Danny Rick. Ricardo.
Really?
And lap time, 1.009.752.
Fuck off. Pardon my French, you're doing that, really?
Yeah, I am doing that. Times are desperate. It's only a few races. I could still get you.
You're basically saying anything faster than me.
Anything faster than your time.
It's slower. Anything slower than that.
I get the point. That's the point, isn't it?
All right. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Just taking a screenshot of that as well, so it's ready for you.
That'll be on the socials. Thank you very much.
On the socials. So, and this is that little last couple of minutes chatting to you, the members of public that never ever comment.
We've been sick and we've had social lives this week, so sorry about that.
God, yeah. It's one of those weeks we're doing a short one, but we'll be back to our lively self. Don't you worry. Yeah. So this has been the F1 Show podcast. I've been the host for the most, Wayne. It's been a man in the pits with the tits, Brendan. And we will see you next week for a proper full-on podcast, not this little short wimpy version of it, the milk toast version. Would you agree?
No idea what milk toast means, but other than that bombshell, see ya.
See ya, bye.